Here it is, the long-awaited Nanner Peel stripper video special by Powder Chef, although it's feeling more like kitchen nightmares lately. I don't know much about nanners other than the fact that I'm allergic to them. I used to put the peels down in my school hallway before the bell rang. Maybe I know more about peel. I've done plenty of peeling out in my time. I do know about strippers though, as they are one of the most important tools of the powder coating trade. This is my new stripping area with a rolling crane above the strip and rinse tanks and a new dust collector setup, which has been incredible. In this video I show you my first week using the eco-friendly powder and paint stripper called Nanner Peel. I will show you how effective this stripper is on a few different finishes and also show you how I made my setup more efficient. I began bright and early with getting my barrel heater turned on. Make sure the heater is strapped around the bottom part of the barrel because heat rises. Every half hour I use a drill type stirrer to mix the chemical as it tends to separate a bit. This also helps keep the temp uniform as it heats up. This meat thermometer is what I use to check the temp. They're available at Walmart. Out of round hole expanded metal, I cut out a strainer and I strapped it to 4 chains and a hook to catch the sheets of paint to pull them out when I'm done stripping. I preheated all the parts to be stripped to about 200 degrees Fahrenheit. We don't want to go higher than that as it could possibly boil the liquid around it. Preheating has helped prevent a temp drop in the tank and the heater doesn't have to play as much catch up. This stuff likes to evaporate like any other liquid. Water can be added, but I like my supplies full strength. I made this slotted cap out of the plastic barrel lid so it can cover the barrel while parts are soaking. This helps contain heat as well as evaporation. Be careful to open the cover away from yourself so you don't get steamed out. While that was doing its thing, I started on this tank and fender job that needed some spots filled. I pulled the wheels to check them at 20 minutes. Starting out with the barrel at 111 degrees Fahrenheit for the day, it took about 4 or 5 hours to reach the target temperature of 165 to 175 degrees. One hour. When starting with a cold barrel, it takes about a full day to heat up. The whole time these were stripping, the temperature was hovering right around 150 degrees Fahrenheit. 2.5 hours. A quick pressure wash between 1 and 2 hours would have taken most of this loose stuff off, so you're looking at a relatively quick strip time. My shop doesn't have running water for the winter time just yet, so I'm working with what I have. 3.5 hours. 4 hours. I was searching for affordable barrel insulators, but ended up just folding up my fiberglass welding blanket and strapping it around the barrel, leaving the band heater exposed for safety. This definitely helped heat up speed. It brought it from 144 to 160 relatively fast, kept it warmer overnight, and gave me a head start the next day. 5 hours. Here's where you can see how well that strainer worked for catching all of the scraps. I would have spent so much time trying to fish those out with a fryer basket. I put these old steel wheels in to soak for a half an hour. One hour. An hour and a half. 2 hours and 15 minutes. – I put this Harley fender in for 1 hour and it came out clean. Here's what it's like to peel off what's left over on your piece. Peeling it off is sort of like peeling them panties back, you know? Snapping the thong.
Yeah, man, all right.
Pack of hungry cannibals ripping a prisoner's clothes off. And by the time I remembered to put a rubber on, it was too late. This is what it looks like when you leave the piece to dry for a few days without peeling it. These two wheels had already been soaking for a few hours this day, but I had run out of time, so I decided to leave them overnight in the stripper and see what happens. I came back 11 hours later to find that they were still there and there was still just a little bit of paint left over on them. At 144 degrees Fahrenheit, this freshly powder coated side-by-side bumper only took about 1 hour to get most of the powder loosened up on it. Finally getting these tins coated in blackjack. This color likes to smoke, and I finally put an exhaust on my oven. All this smoke used to go right into my shop. All in all, I think this is a great product to have on hand. Expensive, but still more affordable than some of the other eco brands. I hope they keep it that way. It may not be like the old school stuff that really puts lead in your pencil, but it takes powder off down to metal without a ton of scraping. That alone is impressive, and if it does that, it'll certainly soften up most other paints to a workable point too. After pulling this bumper from the rinse tank, I put it into the oven at 200 degrees for about 2 hours to dry it up and see what it would be like to peel after that. It's better to have some kind of stripper on hand rather than none at all, and this product is available to you in quantities from 1 gallon up to 55 without having an EIN. My setup is likely not in its final form here, but it's a good start. I appreciate you coming along on this ride with me. Make sure to subscribe and bop that like button if my video helped you out. Thank you! My setup is likely